I turned spare ribs into these delicious St. Louis party ribs and rib tips. Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make St. Louis style ribs, and we're also going to be making rib tips out of these. I'm going to show you guys how to cut this for a St. Louis cut. First, you know we got to crack open that beer. I'm not going to cut myself today, guys. Woo! What we're going to do here, guys, just pat it dry. We want our ribs not to be wet like this. And I don't like to pull the membrane. I will be doing some fat trimming right here. So let's first pat this dry, both sides. Get yourself a nice cutting board. All right, let's pat these babies dry. This is a spare rib, if you guys didn't know by now. The best place to buy this is Costco. So we're gonna start off with this trimming of the fat here. We're not gonna trim too much, but we definitely don't want all of this, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and just cut it flat like this. Trim this off. This fat here, it's really no good. I throw it away. You can find a use for it. Maybe you can do some, you can kind of render the fat and do something else with it, but I end up just throwing it away. So you want a flat surface on this. You want it to be kind of like aerodynamic here. And with the rib, and with this rib here, the spare ribs, very meaty. These are my favorite style of ribs. So this is why I choose this over baby backs every time. So we're just about done trimming the fat that we need to. This is not a brisket. You don't have to take all the dang fat off. All right, we just want it to look nice, smooth. Here we go. So that's how it should look. And any kind of extra fat trimmings like this, I want to cut that off. Like I said, I would get rid of this. And then here is the main thing that makes this a St. Louis cut. You guys ready? What I like to do is trim off this side here just to make it square. You can save that guy. All right, and you look for the bones here. There's a bone here, right? These are all the ribs. And you're just gonna cut along here, and this will make your St. Louis cut, all right? So let's go ahead and flip this guy here. What you're trying to do is make like a rectangle. So you're gonna find it here and just slice it with a lot of pressure, boom. In one cut, we have our St. Louis. So this is our St. Louis cut. Take a good look at that. Very simple, boom. St. Louis cut, all right? So let's put this to the side here. Now I'm gonna show you the part that makes this the rib tip. So this extra piece of meat here, this is what I like to do, and these are really delicious, by the way. Because before I used to just cook them all together as a spare rib, and it just didn't make any sense. So there's a lot of little riblets here, and you just want to cut little 2-inch cubes like this. Almost like burnt ends, right? You can call these burnt ends if you want, but these are called rib tips. So slice them like this. That's the way I like to do it. All right, guys. And then there's one big bone here. You can kind of just cut through it like this. And then one more. All right, there we go. So we have our rib tips here. You can actually cut these one more time if you like. Make them a little smaller, a little cuter. But some of them won't have the bone, some of them will. So let's just cube it up a little bit more. All right, make it to that 2-inch little strip. There we go. And once these things are rendered down, these things are delicious. These are our rib tips. This is our St. Louis cut. We're gonna actually marinate both of these differently, okay? So let's go ahead and clean our cutting board, pat these dry a little bit. I'm gonna show you how to marinate both of these. You know I'm getting thirsty. It's hot out here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my smoker real quick. I like to turn the smoker on high first because I'm gonna sear these, and then I'm gonna bring them down to about 250 so they can smoke for about 3 hours. Then I'll go ahead and put them in aluminum, put some stuff on there, and then uncover them at the end. All right, guys, we're gonna start off with the rib tips first, then we'll go on to the St. Louis. We're just gonna chuck all of these in this bowl here. So throw them in your bowl. And I've tried these before. This recipe is killer. So get yourself some Sriracha, whatever you want to call it. Throw a generous amount of Sriracha in there. All right. And then just mix that in. Mix it in, guys. Here we go. Perfect. This is a great binder, by the way. So we're going to be using Kinder Santa Maria rub. All right. And we're just going to hit this real thick. Oops. Make sure to use the right side. Little blooper. All good, guys. So we got enough seasoning. And here we go. This is it for this. Boom. These are going to be amazing. So we're going to go ahead and set these to the side. Now for our St. Louis cut, I'm going to do this one a little different. Basically what we're going to do is going to get some yellow mustard. Put a little bit on there. A little bit goes a long way, guys. Don't go crazy with it. I'm going to hit it with the seasoning again. All right. With this rub, you don't want to really rub it in. It's more like a pat. Just pat that in. Make sure you got all the sides. All right. Get the sides there, and then we're going to flip it over and do the same. Hit a little mustard. And look, I don't take the membrane off. I think it's delicious that way. And I'm going to leave it. So these ribs, I'm actually trying to cook them a little faster today. So we're going to be making them party style ribs, even though it's a St. Louis cut. So I'm going to show you guys what to do. All right, stay with me here. So now we're going to get our knife, slice this way. You can actually just put your finger on here and you can feel them. So that's one way of cutting them if you're not sure. Just kind of feel for them and then feel the soft spot. And then you can cut right through it. But I recommend you do it backwards. It's a little easier. All right, feel the soft spot. They start to change a little bit, the direction. Just move with the direction. That's it. Don't complicate it. All right, so these are gonna be party ribs, guys. And we're good to go. Our smoker's heating up. These are gonna cook a little faster than if I was gonna put them all as one rack. So we're definitely gonna probe these guys and check on them, but these things should cook in about 2 to 3 hours versus a normal like 5 hours. So we're gonna start off with the sear. Let's go ahead and get started. Look how beautiful that seasoning is, guys. So good. All right. Don't worry about hitting the side here. It's all good. These things look like candy, dude. Let's try them. Oh my God. Dude, you have to try this. Go ahead and subscribe, hit this like video, and let me know if you try this recipe. You won't be sorry. I'll see you guys on the next video. If you like this video, you're definitely gonna like this next video up here. Peace.